Jose Mourinho, Manchester United manager, get in. I'm not underestimating this. I think it's absolutely fantastic news. I know there's a lot to discuss. I know there's a lot of concerns. I know even this season, some of us, including me, have had our doubts. But without doubt, at this moment in time, he is exactly the best manager there can be for Manchester United. And this is 100% the right decision for Manchester United. It's 3 years too late. I've not been doing the United stand for 3 years. If I had, you would have known when David Moyes was appointed, I desperately wanted Mourinho to happen. It is 3 years late. Some people would say it's 6 months too late. If we'd appointed him at Christmas, I think we'd have comfortably got to top four. But I'm not going to moan about that. The reality is we've made the right choice in the end, and it's not always in life that you get a second chance to make it right. Mourinho is the right man. The right sound's coming out. He wasn't that fussed about the financial package. His sole focus is getting Manchester United back to the top of Europe. It's a match. It's a wedding. As Carlo Ancelotti said, who funnily I'll be talking about in a moment, as he said, Mourinho and Manchester United could be the perfect wedding. Mourinho has got a reputation to repair after Chelsea and how badly it went. He's got to prove a lot of people right. He's a wounded animal, as are Manchester United. And boy, oh boy, if they get it right, what a combined bite that's going to be. Not just to the Premier League, but to Europe as well. We can get the sort of players we've wanted and craved. We'll be active in the transfer market like we've not been for ages. It brings us into the modern era when it comes to transfer dealings with Mendes, part of Mourinho. But a few things I want to talk about first of all. The class of 92, first of all, they would be my dream to be Manchester United managers, but none of them are ready. None of them are ready. You can't do that. It's too much of a risk. After 3 years of abysmal decision-making around managers, Moyes and Louis van Gaal, this is the right decision. At Christmas time, we had Pep available, Ancelotti, and Mourinho had just been sacked. And there are videos out there, I've done them. I said Ancelotti would have been my first choice, and I quite liked the idea of Pep because of the football he played. They went, they disappeared. And in January, I also did a video and I said, where we are now, it has to be Mourinho. I might have my doubts about him. He is a disciple of Louis van Gaal. I don't care what anybody says. He is a disciple of Louis van Gaal. And he's got a lot of time for Louis van Gaal. But the big difference is he's Premier League proven. He's broken goal scoring records everywhere. And he knows how the Premier League works. Louis van Gaal came in and didn't know how the Premier League works. He thought he could use his slow European football tactics in the Premier League. You can't win games on possession because you can go to somewhere like West Brom, you can have 99% possession, but they'll always get one or two chances. And when you're only getting one or two chances and you're not taking them, you lose those games. Mourinho knows how to win games. He knows how to go to the Hawthorns and win 3 or 4-0. He knows how to break scoring records. He can combine that. Yes, he can park the bus just like Louis van Gaal does. Yes, he can do that, but it's a myth that he does it all the time. He did it against the best teams in, Barcelona, probably one of the best teams of the last 50 years. Against the big teams, sure, he does know how to grind out a point, but he also knows at Manchester United 2 things, youth and entertainment, and he will have to adhere to that, or he will face the wrath that Louis van Gaal did. I'm not going to say it's going to work. What I'm going to say is he's 100% the right person to do it. He changed my mind at just around January time because I think we are in the last chance saloon. I've said it so many times. We're not in a position of comfort. The ideal Manchester United manager is the Sir Alex Ferguson sort of manager. The one who plays fast, attacking football, uses youth, entertains the fans, understands the Premier League, probably British. There is nobody like that. There's nobody like that, but have no doubts about it. Mourinho is statistically, and I believe, the best manager in world football anyway. Whether you like his style or not, he is the best manager in world football. He is the best choice for Manchester United, and we beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. People are saying, oh, he doesn't promote the youth. He parks the bus. He's boring, which I think are all myths. Well, who else are you going to get? We've got to go for the best because we've got to win a title in the next 2 years to get ourselves back and stop us becoming Liverpool. And the one thing, Mourinho, whether it's Porto, Chelsea, Inter, Madrid, Chelsea, wins a title in the next 2 years, and he will do that at Manchester United, and you can't complain about that. I'm excited by it. I think it just, the transfers that will come with it, I think he's going to... And people moan about the youth. I've been saying for a few weeks now that Fosu Mensah is going to be a defensive midfielder, and he reminds me of Michael Essien in his prime. Michael Essien was turned into probably the best defensive midfielder in world football by, funnily enough, Jose Mourinho. He's going to love Fosu Mensah. He's going to develop Rashford. Martial's just going to get better and better. I mean, how greedy do you want to be? That's 3 youth players that are going to... I know Martial's not ours, but that's 3 youth players who are going to work out absolutely brilliant at Manchester United. There are no guarantees. We can't say that. But for me, he's the right choice. He's what I've wanted for a number of months now. I get the doubts. I understand why people have their doubts, but we've all got to get behind him. And I think people who are saying he's not the right manager now, we all backed Van Gaal. You know, I've wanted Van Gaal out for the last few months. It changed for me around Christmas time, funnily enough, and I wanted him out for the last 4 months. I'm open about that. But he'd still had a previous year and a half from me and a lot of people, and Mourinho deserves that as well. So we've got to back him. The Giggs thing is interesting. Giggs, I think, you know what, people have been saying give him the under-21 job. I don't understand where people are coming from that. I even tweeted it the other day and I said, why give Giggs the under-21 job? What does he learn from that? He's not going to be dealing with the first team, you know, experienced professionals where he has been for the last 3 years, although he's not learnt a lot from 2 clown managers. And people are saying, oh, that's what Pep and Zidane did. They managed the under-21s in Spain. This isn't Spain. This is the Premier League. You know, we're not playing in a league that's like a glorified Scottish league with 2 big teams. And also, bear in mind, the B teams in Barcelona and Real Madrid play competitively in La Liga too. Under-21s at this, it's just, if Giggs wants to be a manager at Manchester United, go and manage a championship side and prove yourself. And if he doesn't want to do that, then I don't think he ever deserves to be Manchester United manager. As I said, I'd love the class of 92. One of them, surely, Scholes, Giggs, Neville, Butt or Neville, one of them will become a decent manager. And I hope that one day they will be at Manchester United. But have no doubts, exciting times. We be positive. It is a time to be positive. He's the best manager in the world. We're going to get passion. We're going to get aggression. We're going to get siege mentality. We're going back to exactly what it was like under Sir Alex Ferguson. The only doubts we've got is the football might not be as good. But to be honest, who was ever going to give us that? You know, I wanted Ancelotti around Christmas time. Ancelotti didn't fancy the Manchester United job. You know, probably too big a job for him, too much to do. Pep Guardiola obviously fancied the money at Man City. I quite liked him. He's proved to be a bit of a mercenary as well. Mourinho wants the job. I think he's, you know, Mourinho wants the job. He wants this challenge, and he should be respected for that. And I do respect him, and I can't wait for him to start. Yeah, he's changed a few of our minds, but I can't wait. I can't wait for it to start. Get commented below. Do give us your thoughts. I know it's not that simple. I know a vast amount of Manchester United fans didn't want Mourinho at Christmas, but bear in mind he had only just been sacked by Chelsea, who are our rivals, and it sort of has developed. There are still fans who don't want him, and the stuff they were saying at Christmas, I don't want him anywhere near our club, this, that and the other. I don't know how they could change their mind, really. I think, you know, personally, I was saying I preferred Ancelotti and maybe Pep. He was still in my top 3 choices, and obviously that's changed because Pep's a mercenary and Ancelotti didn't fancy it. Big up Mourinho, you've gone to the top of the pile because you want that job. He wants this job, he's passionate. We've got to back him. I think he's going to win us the title, and that's all that matters. We need to get back on the top. And long term, who cares? Who cares long term? You know, 3 years' time, somebody from the class of 92 more walk forward. But also, Mourinho wanted to go to Chelsea. I believe he wanted to go to Chelsea and stay there for the next decade, and they sacked him. I think he'll come to United with the same thing. And I'll leave you with this as well. I've always felt that Mourinho wanted the United job 3 years ago, and Sir Alex Ferguson and Sir Bobby Charlton stopped it and said, let's go for Moyes because he's British. A massive mistake. I'd be amazed if Mourinho ever comes out and admits that, but I've always felt that. Personal opinion or not, agree with me or not, I always felt that he wanted the United job. He was flirting with us like mad with Real Madrid about a month before, and now I think this is his dream job, and I think he's shown it by what he's been saying over the last few days. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Give us your thoughts. Let's all get in a debate. But I think we've all got to back Mourinho. Thanks for watching.